Welcome back to Certified Beef. Sorry for the little break we had there. Haven't been on in a couple weeks. Taking a little holiday break. Can't complain about that. Hopefully you guys had a great holiday and New Year time of the year. What the heck am I saying? I don't know, but we had a little bit of a break. Spending time with friends and family. It was kind of nice. But we want to get right back in the swing of things. We got good football to talk here. We're talking a little bit of NFL Week 18 action, and then also the college football playoff recently just happened last night, so we'll recap that too. And then we'll also go into a little bit of our playoff predictions for the NFL. They are probably a little bit different than what we predicted before the season, but we'll go with the more recent ones, honestly, and we'll give you our Super Bowl winners in that, and then we'll also go over our picks for over the last 3 weeks, and we'll talk about that, and we'll talk about who is going to be receiving the punishment. It is a little bit of a minor punishment, but it is still a punishment for the picks. We'll get into that later. Brandon, you want to get us right into the recap of the NFL Week 18 slate?
Yep, I can. So we got 6 NFL games to talk about. We're going to start off. All these have playoff implications with them, except for the last one. But we're going to start out with Pittsburgh versus Baltimore. Each team needs some help, but a win for either team would help them get into the playoffs. And Pittsburgh pulls it out 16-13 in Baltimore in overtime.
Jack, you want to go first, or me, or what?
Yo, Brandon, we probably should have done the Indy game first.
Doesn't matter.
More sense. All right, that's fine. This is kind of what you expect out of these two teams. You got an old Ben Roethlisberger. You got a backup quarterback. Each team scores like 15 points. These games are normally defensive battles. Honestly, kind of sucks to see that TJ Watt didn't beat the record, that he tied it, which is pretty sad, honestly, because it honestly seemed like he was going to break it after that 4-sack week last week. It seemed like he was destined to, and I don't know if he was hurt or anything, but I saw that he tied the record, and the next play he got kneed in the balls. I don't know if you guys saw that at all, but maybe he was hearing about that. But good win for the Steelers. I would have rather seen Baltimore win because I didn't really want to see the Steelers make it because they are not good, and Ben Roethlisberger is hard to watch. So, maybe he'll get a little send-off in the playoffs if they even made it. We'll get into that.
Well, they're going into Arrowhead, and that is never an easy place to play. I hope it's a game this time. Like last time, it was 30-10 or something like that.
Yeah, it was bad.
But yeah, Ravens ending on a 6-game losing streak from 8-3 to 8-9. That's so freaking bad, dude. Losing Lamar will do that. But
were we won their last wins?
Let me check their schedule. I don't know. We played them pretty early.
It was week 10.
So I think weren't we?
Oh wait, no,
3-4 when we played them.
Yeah.
So we were. They were what? I think they were 5-2 after that. So not really one of their last wins, but
still
one of their most recent ones.
During the midseason, I was like, yeah, this is an easy playoff team. I predicted them to go 13-4 or some dumb shit, but
all of our AFC North predictions were completely wrong. So
yeah, I had the Bengals at 3-14 too. The Steelers were my only good one,
and even still, they were barely making the playoffs.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's safe to say that this Baltimore Ravens team is definitely a playoff team, but they were so riddled with injuries. There's no way to come back from that, honestly.
Right.
You can't really blame them. It's not like they were playing bad football at all. They were still playing. They were still in games with a backup quarterback in Tyler Huntley, and they just it's it comes down to you have a backup quarterback. It's a close game. He's probably not going to make the plays that Lamar does every game.
Make some
But I mean,
questionable 2-point conversion
I
calls.
know if they
yeah,
get both of
that
those games, they're
yeah,
in.
they are in there for sure. And yeah, that I think honestly, those are two games that you look back on and you're like, we really should have won that game. I mean, the first 2.1 that was understandable, and that was with Lamar, but the second one was crazy. But yeah, no, I mean, if with anyone like that, with this team that's just on the fringe of the playoffs, you can look at so many games and be like, what could have gone right here for us, what went wrong. It's just kind of what it is when you have on the fringe of the playoffs. You kind of just look back on the season like what went wrong for us.
I'm honestly kind of happy that TJ Watt didn't break the record because I think it makes that record so much more special. Because we all thought, everybody thought that all these records would get shattered in a 17 game season now, and some are still standing up, at least with the first season. So that's kind of a good sign. It's nice to see that Ben Roethlisberger does make the playoffs in his last season, as much as they're gonna get the floor wiped with them. It's still good for him. He's going to be a Hall of Fame quarterback. So, yeah, not too much else to say there.
I mean, is TJ Watt's season valid? Because he only played 15 games.
So. Oh, yeah.
It's even more than.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Because everyone's like, yeah, that's not valid, even if he broke. No!
we lost Parker.
Pevon to a little dead computer. That was what you heard that screen for. We just lost them.
All right, we'll just share a mic now, I guess. I don't understand it either.
We knew this was coming. We were just waiting for it. It's a great reaction by Pevon.
So now we will move on to the next game of the weekend. Seattle versus Arizona. This had some playoff implications for Arizona because if they won and the Rams lost, then they got the NFC West title. However, Seattle did beat them in Glendale 38-30.
This game just proves that divisional games are no joke. Can't take them too lightly at all. I mean, if you're a divisional opponent like that, you're playing a team that's in the playoffs and you're not. You're just trying to play spoiler, and that's what the Seahawks did here. The Cardinals are playing so bad since they lost to the Packers. It's just been a downhill spiral from there. They're like what? I think 4-6 in those last 10 games. It's really bad, actually. But I don't know. This team just doesn't look that good going into the playoffs. They got to travel on the road now. They had a great opportunity to maybe get that home game against the Rams, but they blew it and couldn't beat the Seahawks, who have been a horrible team recently. I mean, they've got a couple wins here recently, but it's against the Bears and the Lions, which isn't much to brag about. But I don't know. This Cardinals team, especially with Kyler Murray, with having no playoff experience, I mean, I don't see them doing much, honestly. They just have been playing so bad, and I just don't think their coach is that well. I don't think they have a good enough coach to advance much in the playoffs. But good win for Seattle. Who knows what happens to them next year with Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson. We'll see. And then, it's funny. They're like, Russell Wilson keeps saying, he's like, I want to play for the Seahawks next year when he has all the control on what happens with him. He has a no trade clause and he can just say, I don't want to be traded. And they'll be like, sure, fine, that's fine. And then he could say, I want to be traded. And then they'll go through suitors for trading. But he has all the control and he's just making it seem like the management has all the control, which they don't. It's kind of funny, honestly.
Yeah, this Cardinals team reminds me of the Steelers last year, starting undefeated and then just sucking at the end of the year. I mean, hopefully it's a different story going into the playoffs and they can win a game or two. But I'm with Jag. I don't see him doing much. But also Rashad Penny, very good. He ended the year strong. That's good for them. I mean, Chris Carson's coming back, but he's always injury prone, so they got a good running back there. But
I
yeah,
feel
this
like-
Cardinals
oh.
team needs D-Hop back. All right, Brandon, you can go.
I feel like the Cardinals they could be a very fun team to watch in the playoffs if they don't continue this path. They probably got one of the more exciting offenses in football when D-Hop and Kyler are both on the field and James Conner and Chase Edmonds are doing their thing. But otherwise, I don't think they'll go very far. Flipping to the Seahawks side, I think Russell is probably gone after this year, especially if Pete goes. Because I feel like those two got a good
I could
bond.
see that definitely. Like, I feel like he doesn't want to if he's in Seattle, he doesn't want to play for anyone else because that's the
Right.
guy that like drafted him.
So, I mean, he's been linked to like the Giants and the Saints and stuff.
And the Steelers, I'm pretty sure,
And
the
Steelers.
Broncos.
I feel like all of the veteran quarterbacks have been linked to the Steelers, though.
Yeah, I mean, with Ben leaving, everyone's gonna be
them and the
especially-
Broncos. I would probably say where is he from? He'd probably go to New York, honestly. That's my guess.
I don't know about New York.
Yeah, I don't think that it doesn't seem like he's like a big rah guy. Like, I mean, he plays like that on the field, but it doesn't seem like he wants to play in the big spotlight of New York.
I mean, if New York was a better team, I'd say go for it. But like, they suck right now.
Yeah, and it's not like they're the Broncos who are like a quarterback away. It seems the Giants are like multiple pieces away from like multiple. They need a lot of help, and also, honestly, I think for Russell Wilson, you can like rule out the Giants and the Broncos right now. Not having a stability at head coach just is not a good sign at all. Because you would think, oh, I want to go somewhere. Like, look at him. He's had Pete Carroll for this long. Honestly, if I were to pick, he's going to the Steelers or the Saints if he's going somewhere because you've had coaches there that have been there for 15 plus years. They have stability at the position. And that's probably what Russ wants. And they have good pieces around them. Like you got Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool, and Najee in Pittsburgh. And then you got Michael Thomas maybe coming back. You got some other decent pieces. You got Alvin Kamara. So honestly, it doesn't like the stability of coach and just like the weapons around seems like Russell Wilson probably goes to one of those two places. But also, Rashad Penny is a free agent. I don't know what they do, but I feel like if they bring back him, I think they release Chris Carson next season. Yeah, release him. He's injury prone and he's in like his 4th or 5th year. So just release him. He's got no cap hit. They're not going to want to keep both of them, I don't think, unless maybe they do. But I could see them releasing Chris Carson and keeping Rashad Penny. But I feel like they definitely should bring back Rashad Penny with what he's done. But I mean, who knows?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting offseason to keep an eye on there in Seattle.
But the problem with the two running backs too, though, is they're both injury prone because Rashad Penny is like playing his first full season almost in his like 3-year career or whatever.
Was he a 1st-round draft pick?
I think he was. Right? Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Now he's popping out. Let's go.
I feel like though, probably in the best interest of that organization, they probably need to move on from Pete Carroll. Just to get the full rebuild going. Bring in a young guy that they're going to trust for a long time to move in the right direction. All right. 3rd game we're going to be looking at is the biggest upset of the weekend. Indianapolis visits Jacksonville, where they haven't won there since like 2014. Yep. And that trend continues as the Colts lose 11-26 to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Bro, how do you not run the ball all over this team? They're not good. Like, that team is horrible. They don't have a good defense. Like, there's just not much good about the Jacksonville Jaguars. But it seems like they play good. Maybe it was the clowns. I have no clue, but Carson Wentz kind of came back to form a little bit. He hasn't been. He's been playing a lot better this season than he has in recent years, but he just didn't play well. And this is a game that they really needed him to step up, being down, and he just couldn't. Like they were only down like what 2 possessions at one point late in this. I mean, in the second half, in the third quarter, I think, and he just couldn't put anything together with that team. But I don't understand how you let Jacksonville bully you around like that and let you don't get Rashad Penny. I don't understand how you don't let Jonathan Taylor cook. I don't know, but Colts really missed out this year. It seemed like they could have been like a dark horse team to make a little run in the playoffs with how good they played since the start of the season. Their defense is playing good. You got a really good running back. I don't know. They lost 2 in a row to finish the season and miss out on the playoffs. Kind of disappointing, honestly.
Yeah, this was a good game for Trevor and his progression, but can't lose to Jacksonville, bro. Like, it's the biggest game of the year for them. Not really, but like to get into the playoffs, yeah, I'd say so. Like, run more with Jonathan Taylor. He's gonna put up 100 yards every game. They just didn't run with him that much. 15 attempts. Need to give him at least 20 plus. But I guess they were down all game, so I don't know. But yeah, this opened the spot for the Steelers. So good job, Colts.
Yeah, I literally think that this is Trevor Lawrence's best game of his career, which is kind of sad.
If this was 2017, this would be a completely understandable loss. But it's 2021 with a rookie quarterback going up against a pretty experienced defense, I would say. It's just disappointing is what it is, because I think all the fans, except for maybe the Titans fans, want to see more of Jonathan Taylor in the playoffs, see what he could do. And the Colts flubbed that opportunity very, very hard. Yeah. I mean, I don't get how you lose to Jacksonville. Like, I know you haven't won there, but I don't understand how you haven't in so long. Like, that part is just mind-boggling to me.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't really have anything else to add. I mean, Carson got outplayed by Trevor Lawrence. It's kind of sad, but
that's good for Trevor.
I know. I hope he does good.
Hope he does
next
too.
year.
Yo, honestly, if we're talking like coach firings, why the hell wouldn't Frank Reich be fired? Just like Brian Flores.
Frank Reich's a good coach.
So is Brian Flores.
I know, but I feel
they literally did the same thing. They both started off horrible. They played good to finish the season, and then they missed it on the playoffs barely, and then he got fired. I mean, Frank Reich's a good coach, but
I think he's probably a better coach than Flores.
I'm just saying he literally fits the criteria of why. Like, I don't know. I just think it's funny how
Miami
they pretty much did the same thing and he got fired. But
Miami's also a very turbulent place when it comes to ownership and stuff like that. So, like, they're not the prime destination for anybody. I don't think, at least. Because, I mean, what are you going to do with Tua? You got a big decision to make there. Your team isn't good or isn't great, but it's not awful. So you're going to be floating around like the 500 mark the whole time, which most likely isn't going to be good enough to make the playoffs. So you're kind of stuck in like limbo right there.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, I trust the Colts more. All right. San Francisco versus the Los Angeles Rams at SoFi Stadium. San Francisco earns themselves a playoff bid with a win, 27-24 in overtime. Good comeback win for them.
Bro. Crazy. Like, I fell asleep.
I'd say one thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Debo motherfucking Samuel.
Is he a running back?
Goat, dude. He's a goat.
He's not a running back. No, he's a utility weapon. I fell asleep in the second half. I was kind of stupid of me, but I don't know. I was just tired. I don't know why. Fell asleep. Missed a great second half. But yeah, good comeback win by the 49ers. This is the first loss under Sean McVay that they've led at halftime for the Rams that they've lost. 45-0 coming in this game, and then they lose this game. Good thing the Cardinals lost, or else they would have really been kicking themselves, blowing a 17-0 lead in the first half. This game really looked like they were just going to run away with it. But the Rams, the 49ers didn't get rid of or change their identity. They stuck to their identity, ran the ball. They got that field goal at the end of the half was really crucial. Gave them the opportunity to run the ball coming out of the second half, go score, get a stop, and then go score again. It really set themselves up well to make this comeback in the second half. And they really just ran the ball down the Rams' throat in the second half, and their defense played really well. But Matthew Stafford played pretty solid. Made that one mistake at the end that in the overtime. I didn't see the other interception because I did fall asleep, so I didn't really see that.
Same thing. It was a deep shot.
Oh yeah. I don't know, but kind of sucks to see the Rams hit that slow spot. They lose out on the 2 seed. They were a 2 seed coming into this week. They lose, go down to the 4 seed, and now they have to play Arizona instead of facing someone like Philly or even the Saints. But I'm honestly kind of glad the 49ers made it one, because then that leaves out the Saints, which is great to see. Never want to see the Saints in the playoffs. But yeah, 2 playoff teams here, divisional game. Don't really expect much more than a close game like this. But yeah, really good game. A lot of playoff implications this one. You always expect something like this to happen. Craziness. Great game all around. Love to see it.
Yeah, I think the Niners are a way better team than the Saints. And I just wanted to see them make it over the Saints, honestly. But yeah, this Niners team is heating up at the right time. Stafford's got to play good in the playoffs. Just stop turning the ball over. Didn't really have a run game this game. Couple do his thing, but Beckham needs to step up in the playoffs, and Sony Michel, and this team will be good, I think. But yeah, this game was awesome, dude. Oh my gosh. Jimmy G did a beast. He was a beast this game. And Elijah Mitchell, him too. Yeah, this team's doing good things right now. Hopefully go into Dallas and make it a good game. But we'll see.
The NFC West is still the best division in football, but I think 2 out of the 3 teams are starting to stutter a little bit. The one hot team is going to be the San Francisco 49ers. And I would not be surprised if they're the last team out of that division to stay in the playoffs. They're just looking good while the other 2 are starting to struggle. Like Debo is one of the most hard to guard people in the entire league. Still doesn't deserve running back eligibility, but
At Mitchell,
at
Soaring high.
Hauge.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be exciting to see three teams come out of one division. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Now
Wait, 1 second. 1 second. Dude, I feel so bad for Cooper Kupp. He was so close to breaking 2 records for receivers, which are doing absolutely insane. He's like 12 catches off of Michael Thomas's record. Wasn't he only like 20 yards off the record from Calvin Johnson too?
Yeah, it was super close.
Yeah, no, that just sucks. Like, oh, it would have been nice to see him like break one of those, but I think he's pretty much wrapped up. He should win Offensive Player of the Year. He won the Triple Crown for receivers, which it's only been done 4 times in the history of the NFL, and it hasn't happened since like 2005. So if he doesn't win Offensive Player of the Year, I don't know what does win Offensive Player of the Year.
Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan
Jets.
Taylor, but still Jets. Yeah, I mean Jonathan Taylor's good, but dude, that season's repeatable, honestly.
I mean, yeah, Derrick Henry's done that.
Yeah, easily.
Past
like,
3 years, 2 years.
Yeah, exactly. Like, dude, no one's gonna repeat what Cooper Kupp just did, like ever.
In the recent future.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So, like,
yeah, he deserves it.
Offensive Player of the Year should be Cooper Kupp, and I mean, Jonathan Taylor had a credible season, but a lot of running backs I've seen recently and like recent decades do that, and no one's done what Cooper Kupp's done, like besides 3 other people in the history of the NFL. So hopefully he gets the correct credibility that he deserves.
Yeah. If Jonathan Taylor would have had at least a decent game against Jacksonville, it would have been a lot closer conversation. But I think Cooper Kupp is it's his award to lose at this point. All right. Moving on to what I'm assuming lots of people would call probably the best regular season finale in the history of football. The Chargers visiting the Raiders in Las Vegas. If they would have tied, they both would have made the playoffs. But I guess the Raiders had different ideas, and they won at 35-32 in overtime.
I would disagree with that. The Vikings beating the Packers in 2015 was better for the division crown. This was just for a playoff berth, so kind of lame. Nah, honestly, can't ask for much more out of a do or die game like this. But give credit to Jay Herbo, my man Justin Herbert, coming back in this game. They looked horrible in the first half. They didn't really look that good. Questionable calls from Brandon Staley going for it on their own 18 on 4th and 1 and running it with Austin Eckler with a single backfield, not even a fullback. You have Justin Herbert, who is 6'6", and you don't run a QB sneak. I don't understand that one bit, or I don't know. It just didn't make sense to me. I don't know why you'd go for it anyways. They're only down 3. It's not like they were losing by a ton, but I don't know. It was a questionable call. They stopped him a field goal, but I mean, Derek Carr deserves a ton of credit for this Raiders team. He kind of rallied the troops after all this controversy. I mean, Rich Bisaccia is a really good coach too. He deserves a lot of credit too. But Derek Carr has probably had one of his best seasons of his career and led this team to the playoffs. Honestly, like, I mean, that defense has been playing good, but there's no really other person that you can like give credit to besides Derek Carr for this playoff berth.
Yeah, shout out Derek Carr, bro. Going through a coach who resigns and then a receiver killing someone. But yeah, that is one hard thing to do, bro. And then yeah, good for them. They made the playoffs, but yeah, he still got ways to go. At Cincy first week, that's gonna be a good game, or wild card week, but Justin Herbert next year, MVP year, calling it right now. But he's such a good quarterback, dude.
No,
I
I
feel
agree
so
with
bad
you.
that he didn't make the playoffs. I'd rather have him over Big Ben any day, dude. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, over him in the playoffs. Oh my God, that'd be so much nicer.
But yeah, shout out Derek Carr for that win. Yeah. Good shit, Blake.
Yeah. I don't know how Blake does it sometimes, but the Raiders made the playoffs for him. It was an amazing game to watch. Just, I don't know, both offenses kind of came to play. And then overtime it had my heart pumping. I was ready for it to just end in a tie and everybody be happy and stuff like that. And then stupid Brandon Staley is like, oh, let's call a timeout to make sure we got the right formation out there and stuff like that. Right personnel. And that changed the Raiders' thinking and made them kick the field goal. Stupid Daniel Carlson. Stupid Mike Zimmer had to drop him. That's where it all stems from. He has a chip on his shoulder because Mike Zimmer didn't like him.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah,
People are.
oh,
You
go
can
ahead,
go, Brandon.
Parker.
Oh shit! All right. People are saying fire Brandon Staley. I don't think.
No,
Yeah, no, that's a little egregious. Like it's his first season.
It's one mistake. Yeah, and it's
not like he did
season,
anything
bro.
off the field like Urban Meyer deserved to be fired the first year.
I'm just saying, like, oh, he had all this talent. Like, how did he not make the playoffs? Probably.
Dude, that
Chargers
team's good. That team's good, but like they're really top heavy. Like they have like 3-4 studs, and then like the rest are kind of just like role players.
We got to give a shout out though to the Chargers offensive line. That has been a problem for them over the past couple of years, and that bunch really like stepped up this year.
It still was a problem in this game. Storm Norton.
It was a problem in this game, but over the course of the year, they did a lot better job.
Shout out Noah Sumner.
Storm Norton, baby.
His favorite player of all time. Finally gets.
He didn't respond to my cameo, which is unfortunate.
That's okay. No, Storm Norton got destroyed by Max Crosby the entire game. Dude, I watched one play. Storm Norton barely moved, and Max Crosby was almost past him. But it was so funny.
Give him the benefit of the doubt. That's a tough defensive line to go up against. Those two ends, Ngakoue and Max Crosby. Like that's one of the best edge pairings in the league. So, like, you knew going into the game that was going to be a struggle for Rashawn Slater and Storm Norton. It just turned out that it was a little bit too much for him. But, yeah, I mean, much rather have the Chargers in the playoffs than the Raiders or the Steelers, but can't really control it. So, yeah, it is what it is at this point. That's all, I guess. Hopefully we get another one of those next year.
It really sucks that we don't get to see Jay Herbo in the playoffs over Big Ben.
It's Herbo, Parker.
It's Jay Herbo. Jay Herbo. You heard it here first. Jay Herbo over Big Ben. Like I saw something that's like, can't wait to watch Big Ben dink and dunk for 5 yards instead of watching Jay Herbo throw 60-yard bombs. And they're like, don't you want? Isn't that what you guys want? I was like, hell no. Jay Herbo, my guy.
I don't know, like I said, if maybe the Steelers can make a magical run to the Super Bowl and make Ben Roethlisberger go up Peyton Manning style right on top of the football world. That would be
he's going to go right out the top of the stadium because he's going to get blown out of the stadium because that's how bad they're going to get beat against the Chiefs.
I mean, yeah, as long as it's a closer game, I don't care.
Sorry. Okay. It'll be 35. What was the score in the last game? 36-10. It'll be 36-13. Right. You heard it here first.
I think TJ Watt could get good pressure on Mahomes.
That doesn't mean shit.
He's going to die.
No. Dude, Mahomes does it. Mahomes is so good against the blitz, and he's so good against pressure.
You know who's better? Justin Herbert, I think. Isn't he like top in the league over the past 2 years of like facing pressure?
I don't know, but would you rather take Mahomes or Herbert?
Yeah, no, Mahomes.
Shoot, Mahomes.
Yeah, that's what I'm
close.
saying.
It's very close. Herbert had a
Mahomes or not Mahomes. Herbert or Burrow?
Herbert.
I'm taking Herbert. I know people say Burrow, but
Jay Herbo.
I think if we give him another year, they'll truly.
His arm strength is just like so good, and like the fact that I don't know, I just think Jay Herbo is so much better.
All right. Final game of the NFL regular season we'll be recapping is the end of the Viking season. Chicago comes to Minnesota, and after a very poor first half from both teams, the Vikings win 17-31.
Let's go. The season's over. Get done with that misery. Good
You
little
loved it and you know it.
hasta la vista to Mike Zimmer. Get him a win. Fucking asshole. Didn't care about Justin Jefferson's record though. See that press conference?
Yeah, I did.
What
Oh
the
my
hell is
God.
that? I don't care about records. I care
I don't
about
know.
wins.
You asked him.
Yeah, I don't care about records. I care about wins. Even
Big
though
facts, Mike. I like your thinking.
this season is over and it means nothing. Oh, but let's run the ball and not give him the record when he deserves it. No, let's just be stupid. How about let's just be that? But no, good for Mike Zimmer. Get that win last minute, last game. But good to see him leave. Get that guy out the door along with his good pal Rick. But the Vikings played well in the second half. I mean, it was super boring at first. It felt like I was in a preseason game because it meant nothing. And then they turned it up. I got to watch Justin Jefferson hit the gritty one more time for this season. And it was awesome. But fucking, I don't know. It's so sad that he didn't get the record when he was wide open on the right side of the field and Kirk just didn't see him because he got pressure on the right side.
Because he went to KJ Osborne,
So
the better
sad.
receiver.
Okay. Hot take. Oh my gosh. No, but I mean, cool. We got good for us. We got the win. I mean, it really didn't matter even if we lost, we still have been the second in the NFC North. But always good to end on a high note, Got to get that momentum going for next season. All starts from there. This is the momentum we need.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really have much to add on. It's just Jets missed the record, and I don't know, just sucked in the first half. I wanted to leave the game, but yeah, good win. Hopefully, we can do something in the playoffs, right?
Bro, I looked over at Parker mid game, and I saw him, and he just looked like he wanted to just die.
Oh, I wanted to leave. So my bets weren't hitting. Just nothing was going right, bro. I was just
Yeah,
like,
no.
I'm not.
And then they did.
Yeah, that all turned around.
Miracle second half.
Brandon got his defensive touchdown.
I'll talk about
that. Was
yeah.
an awesome fucking moment, dude. Oh my gosh.
That first half was absolutely awful. The score was like 9-3, 9-6, right?
14-3.
14-3, was it?
That's awful.
Didn't seem like that much, but all right. I guess I did get that late touchdown. But yeah, going into half, we were all like, oh yeah, the ultimate frisbee game that they're gonna play at halftime is gonna be so much better. And it was actually very entertaining. I'm not gonna lie. Looks very, very fun to play. But yeah, then the second half came around and it was good. I enjoyed it very much. I threw down $5 on a defensive touchdown or a special team touchdown. Thank you, Patrick Peterson. You won me $15 and like 83 cents. That was probably second most hype I've got for the Vikings this season, behind the Greg Joseph field goal against the Packers. I definitely thought after Jefferson came out in like the fourth quarter, he looked like he wanted to leave Minnesota. I'm not gonna lie, he looked like he was just done with us.
Yeah, he was.
And
done
they came
with the
back
season because he knew. Well, no, he was hurt. He had like a stinger or something.
And then he
was
came
grabbing
back
his
in.
shoulder. Yeah, because he's a beast. He fight through that. Rub some dirt on it. Get back in there, coach.
Throw those grills in and get back out there.
No, that grill was. It looked like he barely could talk on the sideline. It was kind of funny. He was looking swaggy. See the
shine from our seats.
Yeah, it was pretty pearly. Impressive. It was freaking shining, blinding me with that sun ray coming in, beaming off his grill. He's a blinder.
But yeah, it was a good way to end a pretty unremarkable season for the Vikings. Just getting that one more win, still staying around. We're at like the 12th pick right now in the draft. Staying around there is fine. Yeah, glad. Even though I liked Mike, I'm happy he's gone. Just a little too outdated. Was a little bit more surprised about Spielman, but it is what it is. Everybody has their ups and downs.
Got to get rid of the GM also. Most of the time. He's been there way too long, and like, yeah, we just needed something new.
He's had his bads, but like his downs, but his like hits are mostly outweigh those.
His bats have been very prevalent though in recent year though. It's
Yeah,
kind of the
especially
problem.
like this draft class.
Horrible,
Like Wyatt
horrible
Davis
draft class.
hasn't played a snap. Darisaw been good when he has played, so I'll give him that. Cameron Bynum, he was like our 7th round pick.
He is actually kind of good. Or
He's
he was like a
good for a
4th or
rookie.
3rd.
Decent.
And then everybody else, like Patrick Jones, hasn't played. Like I'm pretty sure we cut a couple of dudes right after like training camp from this class. It's just been up and down a little too much. But started a new chapter in the Vikings legacy, so we'll see what happens. Is it time to talk about the national championship now?
I think it is.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
So, national college football playoffs, national championship game. Number 3 Georgia beat number 2 Michigan to make it here, and number 1 Alabama beat number 4 Cincinnati to make it. Like the Vikings Bears game, very boring first half. The second half is what really pulled through. Georgia wins 33-18 to claim their first national title in 41 years.
You know who didn't pull through? Alabama.
The over.
Freaking Alabama, bro. Come on,
Okay.
dude. Yeah, me, Parker, Noah, we were riding Alabama money line with parlayed with the over, and both of them did not hit. You know, we should have
But
known
guys,
better.
you never do parlays.
I can't wait to punch Blake. Oh
was
my
that-
gosh.
Was that Blake? You know, we should have known better when Book It with Trent took Bama money line.
Yeah, I saw that right before the game. I'm like,
I saw it even before I did
it
my
was
bet
$60.
too. I was kind of pissed. No, but dude, it was honestly a really good game. Honestly, totally opposite of what the SEC title game was. It's high scoring, no defense being played, but honestly, Georgia just came with a fire that game. Obviously, Jamison Williams leaving that game really doesn't help, but I mean, you can't control injuries at all. But credit Kirby Smart outcoached Nick Saban this game. His defense came to play. But I don't know, 2 really good teams. I mean, you can blame injuries, blah blah, but Alabama has all that is a lot of talent. I understand experience, all that, but still, you gotta fight through adversity sometimes. And it seemed like they had a chance at winning that game, but Georgia's defense was just too much. Stetson Bennett played really well. But yeah, no, it was good to see. Like I saw something. It's like when Alabama loses, America wins. I agree. Great to see that.
Was this the first time you actually rooted for Alabama in the game?
Yes. But that's because they were
Yes.
the underdog. I would not have picked them if they were the underdog, because I wouldn't have bet that because it's not fun. But I just did not think. I thought that Alabama was a better, not necessarily a better team, but I just thought like, seeing that national title game, I was just like, our SEC title game, I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be. I can't believe they're not favored. And I mean, Georgia showed why they should have been favored. And I wish I would have changed. I wish I wouldn't have taken Bama in this game, but I did. Can't take it back. But you know, I'm about to whip up a parlay for this slate of playoff games. We're gonna hit that for sure. Hopefully, make a couple bucks.
Yeah, the second half was fun to watch, but I don't know. I don't really have much to add on this game. Bryce Young is gonna be a beast next year, obviously. But yeah, do you see Stetson Bennett's interview in the morning?
I saw a little bit of it.
It was so funny.
He looked so hungover, dude.
He was-
Oh my
he
God.
was.
Wasted. Dude, people were saying he was high, and I was like, no, he wasn't.
He was
I
probably
thought he
both,
was.
honestly.
No, I don't think he was high. I think he was just shit faced still. Dude, that was
man.
worse than like Joe Burrow after that, like the night,
Oh,
like, that
yeah.
morning. Dude,
With Big
he
Cat.
was, dude, I saw that and I was like, dude, there's no way you just casually keep asking him questions. Like, he's slurring his words. Like, he was
Let
like
the
so
man
tired.
How much sleep
so
have you
drunk.
gotten? A couple hours.
Couple hours.
Actually, not really.
Dude, he pretty much said the same thing he did in the like post game press conference because he
Well, yeah.
was
What
so
else are you
drunk.
supposed to say though?
He
All
was so
those
drunk,
interviews are
like,
the same.
Well, I know, but he was so drunk. Like, what do you like, dude? Like, I can't believe they put him through that.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, they could have interviewed like Ringo, the guy that got the interception or whatever, or Kirby Smart, but nope, they went with they could have like asked him beforehand or done it like the day after or anything
He
like
also
that.
was the
but,
MVP though, Brandon. That's kind of why.
yeah,
But
that's true.
I mean, you're telling me that everyone on that team that at least is over 21 wasn't shit faced that night?
Bro, people under 21 were probably the same.
Yeah.
The whole
Well,
team.
yeah, on the team, yeah, probably. No,
I mean,
dude.
giving out cigars to
Yeah, did you see him
kids,
try to do
so-
the Joe Burrow cigar thing? Shit
No.
was so fun. I mean, he like was just puffing on it, like trying to do like a video, and it was so funny.
Nah, Joe Burrow's the king of cigars now and forever.
Joe Shiesty.
I think if the game continued like the first half, this would have been Alabama's game. They probably would have won by 6 to 9 points. But the credit Georgia, they turned around in the locker room. They got it going, and they made it a very, very entertaining game to watch. Glad that it's cool to see that Kirby Smart joins a very prestigious list of people that have played, that won a championship at their alma mater. So that's very, very cool to see. I kind of just want, I'm not gonna lie, I want Nick Saban to keep winning because I want him to just be like this mythical person in sports. Like he already is, but I want him to gain like that Babe Ruth type status where it's just like feels like nobody can touch him. Didn't realize Kirby Smart played cornerback and that he still had his vertical and stuff from those days.
Yeah, holy shit, dude. I could not believe that.
Yeah, just a awesome game. Might throw down an Alabama future for next year though, since aren't quite a bit of, well, there's a few key Georgia pieces leaving, isn't there? Jordan Davis,
Isn't like defense. I don't
Are
know.
you talking about Georgia or Alabama?
Georgia.
You're gonna put a future. You just said you're gonna put a future on Alabama.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Because there's people leaving.
Jordan
Georgia.
Davis. I don't even know
Is
after
Stetson
that.
Bennett out?
I have
Where
no
is he?
clue.
I
don't
wouldn't be
know.
surprised if he was like a late round draft pick or like a free agent pickup.
Oh yeah. How
He's not that
what do you
good.
think Kirby Smart's vertical was last night? How high do you think he got?
Didn't they calculate it to be like 36 inches or so?
Dude.
It was at least, dude. That was insane. I couldn't believe it when I saw it on the sidelines.
Yeah.
Could not believe it. It was insane.
But like all season looked like that team was having fun, and they got their revenge in the game that matters the most. So it's all that really matters in the end. Gotta just look forward to next year. Yeah.
Oh,
What are we moving on to?
you know how they always say like something like that when like a team like what am I trying to say? Oh, they win a title after so many years of drought, and then like the top guy, they're like, oh, he'll never have to buy a meal in the state of Georgia ever in his life.
Oh,
You
did
think
Kirk
if Stetson,
Herbstreit say that?
yeah, no, if you think if Stetson Bennett just casually goes through like a
No,
fast
I
food
bet
restaurant
people don't
inside-
recognize Stetson Bennett
Yeah.
in like 5 days.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just funny because like I guarantee he goes into like any like somewhat casual restaurant like that's not like has like a lot of ties to Georgia.
No sports bar.
Guarantee
Like a
ya.
sports bar, maybe. But
Yes,
like a normal
100%.
restaurant, no way.
No, that's what I'm
He's-
saying. It's just funny. Like they're like, oh, Stetson Bennett will never buy a meal in Georgia again, bro. This dude goes into McDonald's. He's gonna have to pay the whole thing.
I'm charging extra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so-
that
sometimes people underestimate the power of sports. This is time when people overestimate the power of sports. Not many
Clearly.
people are going to recognize them outside of like Athens and stuff like that. Like if he walked into like a McDonald's or something like that, I'm not gonna recognize him as Stetson Bennett.
Oh, can we like talk about his cry real quick? Like that shit kind of made me uncomfortable. Not gonna lie, it was like so awkward. Like it looked
Ugly
like he was
cry?
trying not to cry. Yeah, it was like the most ugly cry I've ever seen. Like I couldn't tell if he was trying not to cry or like it
Well,
was
he's
just
probably
pouring out.
not trying to cry, but it just kind of
He
happened.
said he couldn't like help himself, but like that was like I don't know if he's like an ugly crier or not, but oh my god, dude, I was like, oh
I think
god,
it's
what
just
the
all
fuck?
the emotions coming out at once because you have
Yeah,
to be so locked in for those moments, and like just the relief of getting that pick six, I think, just kind of made it
dude,
all.
yeah. What are you doing, man? You got to hold those emotions until the clock hits zero. Game never ends until the clock hits zero.
Do you think Kirby Smart wishes the trophy had like things that he could throw into the crowd? Because like you've seen that
Oh,
video
like
of
the
him like the
orange.
orange bowl where
Yeah,
he's
that was
just
so
two
funny.
handed them, tossing them out. I don't know. I who's your future right now? Right now to
For
win
what?
next year.
Dude, I don't
Right
fucking
now,
know.
there's.
Right now.
I mean, obviously Bama, but like I don't know what anyone that's on the
Yeah,
come up.
I could care less, and I have no
I
idea.
I don't think Michigan's gonna be good next year because I mean, especially if
Cincinnati.
Harbaugh leaves.
Dude, Brandon said Harbaugh. Did you guys hear that?
I
He
did.
said Harbaugh, not Harball. Whoa.
Jim Harbaugh just to get Jack
Changing up
pissed.
for the pod.
Oh fuck. No. No, dude. I have no clue, dude. I don't pay attention enough to college football. I have no
Yeah,
idea what
same.
teams are gonna look like.
NDSU is coming for everybody. Put it on
No,
the
we're
books.
not. We're horrible.
NDSU versus Gustavus national championship
We're
right now.
horrible. We are horrible. We would kill Gustavus.
Yeah, I know you would.
No, we're bad. Like I want to see us go up to the next level because it would be fun to play like actual FCS opponents, but we would get absolutely or FBS opponents, but we'd get throttled.
You could, because I mean, freaking like
Absolutely
Old Dominion
throttled.
and stuff are in FCS, so
I honestly don't think that I literally don't think that we would be bowl eligible.
that wouldn't
If we-
matter though. Your
FBS.
recruiting would skyrocket.
Our recruiting is already pretty solid. but,
It
like,
is, and it would go up even more.
dude. I think we'd be horrible. I think we would be so bad. I
You're
don't know
gonna
why
take
we don't
this-
do it.
You're
I don't
gonna
know
take
why
the
we
St.
don't do it.
Thomas curve.
I wish we would do it. I mean, St. Thomas is in the FCS too, though.
But yeah, they
I-
got them promoted from D3, and they're doing
Yeah,
well for
dude,
themselves.
I would love to see it though. In my 4 years here, I would love to see that NDSU go up to FBS. That's like, or we just play like a FBS team, like North Dakota. They played Utah State this year. Like that's an FBS team.
Get paid to get the bag to go play somewhere down south and
Yo,
just get
let's go play
destroyed.
Minnesota. I would love to see us play Minnesota.
I think you could. Haven't you guys played them before?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. Yo, we are supposed to play USD St. Thomas in 2025. We go into Sam's, so
According to
probably go
Sam,
to that game.
official source.
Yeah, he is a Tommy, so that's I would
He
say
is a
it's pretty
Tommy.
official. That is a pretty official source.
I don't know how he already has a schedule for 2025, but I don't know. We doing NFL playoffs now? Playoff predictions?
Yeah, baby.
Let's do it.
Wait, do you want to go? Do you want to do the talk about like the little
I'll
punishment first, or do you want to do
I
the
don't care.
playoff things? All right, we'll just talk about our picks, final standings to finish off the season before we do the playoff predictions. Well, it's kind of been a grind. We've been kind of doing this off the pod a little bit, kind of been grinding it out, coming down to the wire the last couple of weeks between Parker and Brandon for last place. And Brandon had a horrible week to finish out the year. He was 1.5 games behind Parker, and I don't know what he was before that. I mean, it was pretty much tied, I think. Yeah, he's 1.5 games going into like the last 3 weeks behind Parker, and he really fumbled the bag. We've the standings go as so. I finished at 21-15. Blake finished at 20-15-1. Parker finished off at 19-15-2. And in dead last, we got Brandon at 16-20.
I blame Blake for not doing this consistently enough, so I didn't have a chance to come back. And I blame the teams
Yeah, we gotta be on our
picked.
stuff.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, whatever.
I blame the
Brandon.
teams I picked that they didn't perform up to my expectations.
Bro, a lot of my
It's not your
overs
fault.
Screw the
missed by
Packers.
like a point
Yeah,
or two every time. I just got so mad.
Yeah, but
But those are hard to do, bro.
yeah, it is really hard. But I think it's safe to say Brandon is the fade king of our pod. Fade Brandon.
Look it with Brandon.
Fade
Yeah.
Brandon. Everyone else is pretty solid. I mean, everyone else is above.
I'm gonna keep bringing up
Above
NFC
500.
North Vikings champs until next year, Jack.
No,
So
everyone was above 500 besides you, Brandon.
I know.
So
It's all on
money in the
Blake.
pockets
It's
for all
Blake's
these people
fault.
if they went with our bets. But now that Brandon has lost, his punishment is going to be we went to Bolero this weekend. He got a funny looking fruit hat or something. And he has to post that on his Snapchat story and tag Certified Beef saying, "I suck at sports betting."
Maybe not that last part. I'll just put up like you like the hat or something like that.
It's "I suck at sports
Nah,
betting."
do the I suck it because it's like, okay, it's a punishment. Not just like, what the heck is this brand?
Or should I
Yeah,
bless
no.
the Instagram feeds with that?
No, you gotta just put. You can do whatever you want, but I'm saying you only have to put on your Snapchat story and say, "I suck at sports betting," and tag Certified Beef. Obviously, you got to get that.
I'll throw it in my
That
my college's group me.
Dude, you have to put it on your Snapchat story, Brandon. No, this is
Let's move on from
marketing. But yeah, no, Brandon, you got to do that. He would do it right now while we were sitting here, but he forgot the hat at home.
I didn't forget it.
Yeah, you did.
I just didn't think we were doing
he
it.
didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it. But besides that, we can get into our playoff brackets.
All right, round by round.
So,
I'll start with Blake's, and then I can finish out with mine. Like, you two can fill in the middle if you catch my drift.
Sure.
sounds good.
All right, what side are we starting with?
Go AFC first.
AFC. All right. To start, for the Bills versus Patriots, Blake has the Bills winning that one. Raiders Bengals, Blake has picked the Raiders, unsurprisingly.
Yeah, no, he's a Raiders guy.
And then for Chiefs Steelers, he picked the Chiefs.
Wait, who's up
All right.
next?
I'll go. I got Bills beating the Patriots. Just think it comes down to quarterback play there, and I just think Allen's better. Chiefs against Steelers. I got Chiefs. Yeah, they'll kill them, I think. And Bengals Raiders. I got Bengals. So all the home teams in the first wild card round for AFC.
Yeah, I got the Bills against the Patriots. Bills have been playing really good, and I don't think a rookie quarterback is going to beat the Bills at home. And then I got the Bengals beating the Raiders. Joe Shiesty is going to take over this game. He's got a week rest. Watch out. Joe Shiesty is going to cook. And then the Chiefs are going to kill the Steelers, like Peavon said. Absolutely demolish them.
All right. I got the Patriots beating the Bills because I think it could be the same or worse weather conditions than last time. And I trust the Patriots running game and defense more than the Bills.
I think it's supposed to be better. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be better than it was.
Like if it's snowing or any type of like precipitation or anything like that, I'm going Patriots.
Yo, I don't know if you know this, but the Bills have been running the ball really well recently. Really well.
I don't care, really.
Top 5 in the league.
Underrated.
Top 5 in the league in the last 4 games. I'm pretty sure.
All right. And then I got the Bengals beating the Raiders and then the Chiefs beating the Steelers. So pretty unoriginal for those last two. Moving on to the divisional round. Blake has the Titans beating the Raiders and the Chiefs beating the Bills.
Okay, I got the Bengals beating the Titans. I feel like even if Derrick Henry comes back, I still think they win this game. They're just so hot right now. And then I got the Chiefs beating the Bills. Yeah. So Chiefs and Bengals AFC Championship.
Oh shit, my bad. Honestly, the Titans, I'm nervous about Derrick Henry if he comes back or not. So this is kind of based off Derrick Henry not being there, but I also think that the Bengals, if their defense plays well, I think they can put a stop. So I got Joe Shiesty and the Bengals beating the Titans. And then I also have the Bills beating the Chiefs. The Chiefs run defense is not very good, and the Bills have been running the ball really well. And the Bills have been playing a lot better recently. And I don't know. I think the Bills are, and their pass defense, their defense is so good too. So I think they'll beat the Chiefs, go to the AFC Championship game again.
I have the Patriots beating the Titans, and then the Bengals beating the Chiefs. So it's a 4-6 matchup for the conference. Why?
Wait,
'Cause I
say that again.
believe-
No, I said, oh my.
Wait, what did you say? Sorry, I missed that. You
Patriots beat Titans, Bengals beat Chiefs.
said, yo,
Like it.
that's a pretty bold.
It is, but I mean, Patriots have already beaten the Titans once before, so I think they can do it again. Even though that game was without Derrick Henry, if I'm not mistaken. And
that
then
game, wasn't it kind of close towards like halfway through the game?
might have been. I don't remember.
Patriots killed them.
Oh
What was that,
yeah.
Patriots.
That
But still.
it was, but still same teams. And then
Titans just they barely beat the Texans this week. So that scares me right there.
yeah. And then the Bengals, I feel like they're, as crazy as it is to say, I feel like their offense could overpower the Kansas City's offense. And I
They
trust
already did.
yeah, and I trust their defense a lot more than the Chiefs defense. Even though they do got Chris Jones, I trust the Bengals more. So do we want to do the wild card division on the NFC or just keep going with the AFC?
Let's do the NFC.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
Blake has the Cowboys beating the 49ers. The Cardinals. Wait, no. Hold on. I'm not sure if he picked a. Blake didn't pick a game here. So what are we picking for Blake? Cardinals or Rams?
Tie.
Tie.
Who do you think
Yeah,
he
they
has more
both move on.
allegiance to?
Huh?
Who do you think he has more allegiance to? Like, who do you think he likes more?
For probably Kyler.
Wait, who did he pick to have a better
Oh, the Rams.
record? Oh, then we'll go with the Rams.
Okay, sure. He picks the Rams. Like, you bitch. And then he picked the Buccaneers to beat the Eagles.
All right, I got Cowboys beating the Niners. I think that'll be a really good game. I got the Cardinals beating the Rams. I feel like they'll just pop off this week. I don't know. I just need an away team to win because I'm not picking all home teams. And then I got the Bucks beating the Eagles. So yeah.
I have the Cowboys beating the 49ers. I could see the 49ers winning this game. It's going to be close. But I have the Cowboys sneaking out. And then I have the Rams beating the Cardinals solely because they are at home. Because this game could go either way. It's going to be crazy. Monday night game. And then I have the Bucks slaughtering the Eagles.
All right. I got the 49ers being the Cowboys. Dak has not been that great this season. He started out really good.
Bro,
Nice.
you not about to say that after he just threw for 5 tutties.
And yeah, I am, because it's the Eagles.
He has like 35 total touchdowns this season. He's just been inconsistent a little bit, but
Okay,
he's
Tom
actually
Brady
playing.
has more.
I'm just saying, he just threw for 5 tutties.
I mean, with that offense, he should throw for 35. All right. And then I got the Cardinals being the Rams. Divisional game. I think the Cardinals just take it down. This one's kind of just a coin flip anyway, so I went with the Cardinals. And then Buccaneers, Eagles, I went with the Bucks. Pretty self-explanatory there. All right. For the divisional round, Blake has the Packers beating the Rams and the Cowboys beating the Buccaneers.
Wait, say that again? Packers beating the Rams.
And Cowboys beating the Buccaneers.
Okay. I got Cowboys beating the Bucks too. That first week, it was a great game. I feel like the Cowboys will pull that off with the Bucks being injured, and I think the Bucks defense hasn't been playing great. So, and then I got Packers beating Cardinals. I think they'll blow them out. So, yeah.
Yeah, I got the Packers beating the Rams. Week's rest is going to help a lot for the Packers. And then I think the Cowboys beat the Bucks solely because their defense has been playing a lot better and because no Godwin. So I got the Cowboys beating the Bucks.
I have the Packers beating the 49ers and the Bucks beating the Cardinals. All right. AFC Conference Championship.
Just doing both.
Yeah, okay. So in the AFC, Blake has the Chiefs being the Titans and the Packers being the Cowboys.
Yeah, I got Chiefs beating the Bengals. Patty's been home every single playoff game. Just want to throw that in there. And then Packers beat Cowboys. I just don't think a dome team will go into Lambeau and beat them. It's just what I'm basing it off of. So Packers, Chiefs, Super Bowl.
I got the Bills beating the Bengals. I just don't think Joe Shiesty's going to be able to do too much. And
Stop
the Bills
saying
at
that.
home. No. No. I don't think I think the Bills at home is too good. Is going to be too much for the Bengals, and that defense has been playing really good. Running the ball well also, and then I think the Packers beat the Cowboys. It's their year to make it to the Super Bowl.
Whoa.
It's just their year to make it to the
Jack?
Super Bowl.
You feel
What?
okay?
Yeah, no, the Packers will beat the Cowboys. I don't know. I
Don't
think
tell Blake to listen.
I think let me just say this. I think that the Cowboys have the best chance to beat the Packers out of all teams.
I think they have the better team than the Packers. I'll say that.
Yeah, no,
But it's just literally a home field advantage for me.
Yeah,
And
I
Aaron
know. I
Rodgers.
agree. No, it's literally just home field advantage. I literally will I'll take any other. There's so many teams in the NFC, but I think I'd take almost every other team besides the Eagles in the NFC to win at home against the Packers in the playoffs. I would, because I don't know. I just would. I just don't think the Packers are that good, and they play so much better at home than they do on the road.
All right. For my conference championships, I have the Bengals beating the Patriots.
Well, what the fuck? He believes
Sheesh.
Joe Burrow is going to be in the Super Bowl, according to Brandon.
Yep. And the Buccaneers
Oh.
beating the Packers. It's going to be NFC championship story all over again.
Yo, he believes it. He believes it. You know, if they,
Oh
I
my God.
honestly, I could see the Cowboys losing to the Bucks in the divisional round, and I could see that happening again. Brandon, I agree.
Because, I mean, it's
I
going to
like
be
it, Brandon.
Tom Brady effect. Tom
Yeah, I
Brady
agree.
better than Aaron Rodgers. No doubt.
Facts.
All right. Super Bowl. Blake has the glorious Green Bay Packers taking on the Chiefs in a rematch of Super Bowl I to win Aaron Rodgers a title on his way out of town.
Oh man, I'm still thinking. All the preseason picks, I did pick the Packers, so I think I have to stick with it.
Just ask yourself who would win in a fight. What mascot would win in a fight?
No,
Packers don't have one.
It's a
Say
man,
disqualified.
it's a meat packer.
yeah,
They still don't have one technically,
Well, not technically.
so that they're disqualified.
I'll say the Packers. I think it's just the one last dance kind of thing. So yeah, I'll go with the Packers.
You know, I see the AFC sides, I don't know. It makes me a little nervous, and I don't know if anyone could beat the Packers. NFC Bucks, I think, would beat them if they're healthy. Cowboys, I think they could. Still nervous, but I can't pick the Packers. Bills, Super Bowl champions. Let's go, Josh Allen,
Bills?
Stephon Diggs. That's who I have in the
All
title. I have the
right.
Bills beating the Packers.
We doing a punishment for this or
Go
some
Bills.
type of thing?
I think this one's just for fun.
Yeah, this one's just for
Okay.
fun because mine is horrible. I have the Bills in the Super Bowl and the Bengals.
Yeah, I'm not
Bills
too
aren't making
confident.
that
Dude,
far.
no. If anyone's gonna be a punishment, it would be Brandon because he has the fucking Bengals in the
Yeah,
Super Bowl. He believes too
mine's
much
a
in the
boomer
Bengals.
bust bracket right here.
Oh, 100%. Yep. Bills, Super Bowl champions. I did have them in my preseason picks in the Super Bowl, and they're playing really good football right now. So I got the Bills, Bucks. If they're healthy, I got the Bucks again. But unfortunately, they're not. So the Packers will take their place just to lose in the Super Bowl to the Bills.
All right.
Let's go, Bills.
I
Hold on.
got
You
the
guys.
oh,
Oh yeah. You go. Never mind. I forgot.
I got the Buccaneers versus Bengals, old school versus new school, quarterbacks and receivers and whatnot. I have Tom Brady taking it down, wins his ninth to
Eighth.
eighth. That's what I said.
No, you said ninth.
I know I did. I'm trying to
Oh.
correct it, Jack.
Oh,
I feel like once they get into the playoffs, they're just gonna tear it up again. So
All right,
that's
I
my
like it.
reasoning. Buccaneers get Antoine Winfield that second ring already. Tyler Johnson, bling on their finger. Let's get it done. Tom
So
Brady.
yo, the
Packers
Bucks will bring back Antonio Brown for the playoff push. Kidding.
No, they won't.
Kidding.
I wish. Now the Packers will get Bakhtiari and Alexander back by the Super Bowl if they get there. So.
I won't
Dude,
be surprised if Jair
Bakhtiari
gets injured again, though.
played this week.
Oh yeah. All right. So he's back already. Alexander. I don't know.
Alexander will play too in the playoffs. So those two both are back.
Like, is there any chance the Eagles or Steelers have a chance in those games?
No,
2-7
Out of the two, the Eagles probably have the better chance.
I agree.
Okay,
I agree because of their quarterback. I literally would take Jalen Hurts over Big Ben, and they can run the ball really well. So
I have a weird feeling right now that just one of those teams will just lose somehow.
Parker be passing on.
I'm just getting that weird feeling.
I'm hoping
it's just so the spreads are freaking -9, -13. I'm like,
yeah.
dude, I don't know.
Like
it's just
even
weird,
the Bengals Raiders game is a -6 for the Bengals.
I think it's down to -4.
When I checked Barstool, it was high. Like that's insane for a 4-5 matchup. Like you think it'd be around 3.
I mean, be honest? How much better do you think the Bengals are than the Raiders?
I mean, they're making it to the Super Bowl, so
a lot better.
Yeah, dude, the Bengals are so much better than the Raiders.
But they are young. You gotta keep that in mind.
Yeah, the Bengals are very young too.
But I feel like they got some decent veteran presence. But I feel like even though it's a lot different, the national championship game from a few years ago plays into this.
Dude, who Joe Burrow and
Good.
Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, they know how to get it done. Just slaughtering.
We'll
teams.
see, man. I cannot wait, dude. This is gonna be an electric playoff.
Bro, did you guys see
I hope.
Magic Johnson's tweet about the playoffs starting? No. It's so good. I gotta look it up. It's amazing.
Hurry it up.
I will. It's honestly such a good quote. Let's see. What did he say? Sorry, I gotta pull this up. Oh, he says the NFC and AFC playoffs are going to be so exciting because anybody can win. I can't wait until next weekend.
Big facts.
Yeah, that gives you some tingly feeling. Just knowing that it's this anyone the NFL's been crazy this year.
No, I want chaos. I want upsets left and right now.
Yeah, I want the Packers.
Obviously, I didn't choose that, but I want chaos.
Maybe Aaron Rodgers magically gets COVID and then they have to start Jordan Love.
Oh my
Joe.
God, imagine that.
Dude, that'd be amazing. Not a wishing that he would, but like just the Packers getting out right away. Don't even like flirt with the Super Bowl with the Packers. Just like have them get out in the divisional round would be so nice. So nice. But
Yeah.
What's the
Who knows?
Nickelodeon game again? Is that the Bills?
It's the Niners Cowboys.
Oh, is it? I thought it
Yep.
was the Bills, like he said.
Nope. It's
All
the
right,
Niners
Brandon,
Cowboys.
watch party.
Watch party over Zoom. Let's do it, boys.
Yeah.
Wait, what
Dude.
time is that game? Because I might not be back in Iowa at that point.
Oh,
Sunday.
3. I think it's a 3:00 game.
Then I'll probably be close.
I'm
probably
not,
miss like the
don't
first half.
don't quote me on that. Honestly, don't quote me on that.
If it is, I'm missing the first half, and that's like, oh well.
I don't know the playoff schedule that well. I know who like plays when. That's it. Because I'm pretty sure Saturday is Bengals and Raiders and Bills and
I'm really looking
Patriots.
this up because
And then I'm pretty sure it goes after that. It goes it goes Bucks, Eagles, then the Cowboys and the Niners, and then it goes Chiefs, Steelers, and then the Rams and the Cardinals. I'm pretty sure on Monday.
yeah, you kind of just nailed that. So
Yeah.
you do
Dude,
have a clue.
Okay, so I guess I do. Why did they change it? Why, or like I understand like you add the Monday night game, but why wouldn't you keep it at 3 on Saturday and then instead of 3 on Sunday?
I'm not sure.
Like normally before like the Super Wild Card weekend when there was only 2, the Sunday the latest game would be at 3:30, and I think it's because of like late night or like because it's the work day and the next day, so that not as many people are staying up and stuff because it might not be their team or whatever. But I just think it's weird that they like change it to there's more game on Sunday this year than Saturday, but I guess. Maybe
I don't
because
know.
Sunday is the normal football
Super
day.
wild card weekend is stupid, anyways. It should just be 3-3. No Monday game.
Yeah, the Monday
I
game is
know,
going to
Monday-
We don't need any
So-
more Steve Levy.
Yeah, I agree. But we might get him the next week anyways, won't we?
I don't know.
Because isn't
4
there a game on
games.
because isn't there a game on Fox, divisional Fox, CBS, ESPN, and NBC?
No idea. But isn't Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth calling the Super Bowl this year?
Yeah,
I
don't
think it's
even.
NBC.
Is it NBC?
I think so.
What was
Then-
last year?
CBS.
Was that Romo? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. But I don't know. Chris Collinsworth, dude, I can just see it right now. My
Stop going
worst
on a
nightmare.
tangent.
No. Why?
Because I need
My-
to pee.
So do I. My worst nightmare ever is I can just feel it happening. Chris Collinsworth calling an Aaron Rodgers Super Bowl win. I can just feel it like in my bones.
Versus
It's-
the Vikings. Oh my god.
That'd be the worst Super Bowl ever. Aaron
Here's a
Rodgers.
guy.
Here's a guy. That would be the worst Super Bowl ever. Chris Collinsworth commentating on an Aaron Rodgers Super Bowl win. That sounds like hell.
Dude, he'd be so excited if it was Rodgers and Mahomes.
Oh my God.
He'd be
There's
nutty.
2 guys.
Okay,
here.
honestly, who wouldn't be though? That sounds like an awesome game.
No, it doesn't. It sounds horrible. Aaron
Rodgers
in the Super
Mahomes
Bowl-
sounds like an awesome game for
No,
a
it
Super
doesn't.
Bowl.
Rodgers in the Super Bowl sounds like hell. I literally will be living in hell. Plus the
That sounds
Chiefs.
better.
No one wants to
You
see
just
the
don't
Chiefs in the
appreciate
Super Bowl.
good football. That's not.
I
the
don't
Vikings.
like Rodgers in general. I don't care about good football. I hate Rodgers. Rodgers can go suck a toe. I mean, he has the toe on his team, so he's got that. But no, like that's the worst thing ever. It's the worst. The Chiefs Packers Super Bowl is like the last combination that I want to see because I don't
That should
like
have been
the Chiefs.
Super Bowl 50.
Huh?
That should have been
do you
Super
say?
Bowl 50.
They were both bad.
I know they were, but like it would made more sense then than it does just a
Obviously.
random year.
Obviously, but no one wants to see the Chiefs be good. No one wants that. And no one wants to see Aaron Rodgers win a Super Bowl. So worst case scenario, that is by far the worst case scenario. Blake predicted it, but hopefully he's wrong. So I'm hoping for the Bills and the Bucks or the Cowboys. Just don't have the Packers in the Super Bowl, and I'll be happy. If Aaron Rodgers wins the Super Bowl, 2022 is going to be horrible. It's the worst start to a year possible. What day
1
is-
month
let's-
in, 1 month in, you're throwing in the towel.
Yeah, no,
If
I
Aaron
will throw in the
Rodgers
towel.
Wins the Super Bowl.
100%. Dude, it's on the 13th of February. Next day is Valentine's Day. My Valentine's is going to be a grave because I'm going to feel dead inside because Aaron Rodgers, if he wins the Super Bowl.
If they win, you
If
just
they
gotta
win the
delete
Super Bowl, you
all-
should post something on social media of you kissing a picture of Aaron Rodgers.
No.
Put it on the book
Why,
right
why do
now.
I deserve that? Why do I deserve that? I do not deserve
Because you're
anything
too
like
much
that.
of a homer.
I'm not a homer,
No.
Brandon. I just hate Aaron Rodgers. It's not even just because he's on the
Sounds
Packers.
like a
I just
homer
hate him.
move.
Brandon, I
Hitting
don't
one
like
of the
him
best
in
quarterbacks
general.
of all time.
Brandon, I don't like him at all, just as a person, not even just as a Packer, as a person. Once he leaves the Packers, I'm still going to hate him.
Yeah, I know that, but it sounds like he just disrespects his play on the field because he wears the green and gold.
Well, who doesn't, dude? I mean, I have a little bit of respect for him, but who doesn't? I just don't like the guy. The guy is just not the guy. Here's a guy here that I don't like. His name is Aaron Rodgers. Who am I? Chris Collinsworth.
No, you're not. You're evil, Chris Collinsworth.
Chris Collinsworth is evil in general. You're telling me that guy is not evil. Have you heard him talk? He's one of the worst announcers in football. So damn annoying.
I don't know. It's not bad enough for me to care.
He's bad enough to where it matters. When you have to watch him Sunday Night Football, the last night of Sunday.
He's not Burger.
Booger or
Booger's
Buck.
horrible.
Joe
bro.
Buck is definitely the worst. Is definitely the
Booger's
worst.
in
Though.
Madden now. That's pretty sick.
What? He's in Madden
Mm-hmm.
You're joking.
next
Anthony
year.
McFarland, defensive tackle. Nah, he's in the game right now.
What for? What?
Ultimate Team.
Oh, I was like, what? I was like, what are you talking about?
CJ Ham put on like grind another 91 overall card.
Yeah, but well, do we got anything else
No.
Nah,
for
Roll
the
Tide.
audience? Roll Tide. Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, even if that happens, I'm still excited for these playoffs. These playoffs are going to be awesome. You know, it's really sad to see that in 5 weeks we're not going to have any more football for another like 5
Football's
months.
Stupid.
Oh,
You're gonna have 2 seasons in 1 year.
No. That's why football is special. You get a short amount of time. You have to enjoy it. Baseball, basketball, hockey, it's almost the whole year. Like you can like skip
That's
a
what's
month.
good about it. So you don't have to live a day without sports.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying you can skip a month and you'll be fine. With football, you can't skip a month because that's a lot. That's like half the season. That's a quarter of the
You
season.
missed 4 games.
That's quarter of the
that.
season. That's a quarter of the season you're missing right there. If you miss a month of baseball, it might be a tenth of the season. So I think you're fine if you miss a month of baseball, hockey.
Every-
You
you
miss
Everyone's
a month
different,
of baseball.
Jack.
That's like 20%.
I know.
There's some
20%.
diehard baseball
Yeah.
fans, blah, blah.
Brandon, you should do the math. What is it? Is it 20%?
What's about? Because there's 5 months of the regular season about.
I guess.
So
Well, I mean, it's 25% if you miss 1 month in football. So, all right. Well, we're talking about stupid stuff now. But you know, it was good to be back. Get off this little break we had. Freshen up our audience with our takes and our playoff predictions, and hope maybe soon we'll get in a little Vikings off-season pod. We'll see what we'll get our takes on like what they need to do in the off season, what we think will happen in the off season, free agent stuff, blah, 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 maybe a little bit of NFL free agency stuff like that all around the league. But yeah, we'll get into more off season stuff later on in the year. But I think that's going to do it for us here at Certified Beef. Catch you in the next one. Peace.